So today we are just going to start from here. If you take a quick glance at the document, so you are going to see that what we've got next is, or they are the they are the volume, right? So we need to like compute um metrics around the volume too, and they are pretty much the same like what we did for the revenue, just that this time we are dealing with quantity rather than prices, right? So I'm just going to, can you see the document? So so you, total target year to date is not the same thing as total target. Where is the total target? You are going to see from the formula what we used. So total, so if you look at here, uh, so total target is simply like the total of everything. Um it is not time specific, right? Um that's a good question, by the way. So it is not time specific. It's just like you know totaling every of the revenue that has been, or that you know the target that has been set across across all the years, right? So you can see that it is barely changing. And why is that? It is not. It seems to be like what is set for all the, what's it called, for all the years. So if we look at the table for an instance and look at the target table, so you can see the target price, right? And you can see the target price, right? And when you are trying to look at, when you try to filter by year, it is not changing, right? Um, you should know, by intuition, this is wrong. It ought to be changing. So if it is not changing, that means something is wrong. When you are like clicking around these time variables and the target is not changing, that means something is wrong. That means the time variable is disconnected from the target, right? And you can check from the model view that the calendar table is quite disconnected from the target table. So this is the target table. The only thing the target table is connected with for now is the product table, meaning that when we're trying to import the product price to be able to calculate the total target, which is the sum of all the the quantities and the target price, right? So that was the only point in time where we're able to, link the target table with another thing. But now that you've got the target table separately, and you want it to be dynamic with time variables, now you've got to actually link it up with the calendar table. So how do we do that? So we've got date over here in the target variable, and we've got month. So just going to link it up like that and make it one to many relationship, right? From the month to from date to month. So from here now, you should know that one to many, a what's it called? A day can have a single what's it called? Can have a month can have a multiple target, right? And multiple target. A month can have multiple targets, but a single target is associated with a single month. So that's why we've got this. Can also try to like link month name and month together, but they have to be of the same metric, right? So save that up. So you can see now that why do we have January. So the target belief only has month. So let's We can see the dialog box. Yes, I'm doing month and years and dates. So this is um simple. What's it called? What's it called? This is like full date. This is not supposed to be. Let's let's edit the model. Here we have the relationship as many to one from the month year to the date, right? And when you look at the targets over here, here we only have it as as month. Yeah, so I think this is where the problem is. The data type is still like text, so we've got to really change it to a date data type. So this has to be date, right? So they can't convert it to date data type, but it has to be date data type. So we are going to take it to what's it called? Take it to data query, transform data. Can you see my Power Query? Let me reshare my Power. Oops. What do you say? You got error yet there too, but it can't be ABC now. It has to be changed to date. So let's do this one more time. Um, so this is what we are going to do. Mm, I want to try something. Let's add a column. Um, so let's say we want to add a column now. Let's this particular column. So this allows you to like use Power BI intelligence to just fill up the month, September. You can use DAX, right? Uh, you can also do it manually. October. Go to custom column from examples. So if we go to colon from examples, from selection, so that means you want to like make a flash fill based on this selection, this selected column, which is month. So I'm just going to, if you press January, you're going to know that okay, all other items have January. Then for February, press February. Then you do for March, for April, for May. Yes, you can use DAX formula too, right? Uh, this would have been the this would have been the this would have been the formula if you want to use DAX. We are still going to try that, but first let's August. Just have to like input. You don't have to input from 2022 to 2023. Just have to like input September, October, so let's oh it's the error. It's the error. um I think it's the colon has issues. So let's do this.
I just like sleeping. I go to sleep. Don't put I take this and I start not put it in, not for the house.
Mm-mm-mm-mm. That's not correct. No, the year should be dates. Okay, this should be year, right? And these are just the things we are supposed to like pay attention to before ah in Power Query before loading it in. For instance, this year where we have ABC shouldn't be ABC, it should be date, right? It should be date, and the date should be just year, should be just year, right? Should be just year. It's already date, but we, I think it's already in year. Then this should be month, right? Um,
Shit.
so this particular month now, that is just numbers. Are these number even correct? No, they are not.
That was the
They are not correct because
smart.
January should be one, right? Where did we do that? Let me cancel all of these applied steps. So now, let's say we have this, right? This can be whole number, right? Or can simply be whole number. While this year, the year is converted to years, whole number. Just replace the current. It is whole number now. Then this also should not be ABC. This should be date, like we did. Then the type of date should be year. Then we have this. So for this particular guy, let's say this is month number, right? Let's name it as month number. Let's name it as month number. Then let's add another column, right? Custom column. Let's say month name equal to this. So the name of the table is targets.
If she's compromised with no further use, consider her an acceptable loss. Master, that Lord, please, excuse me a moment.
Just hold on, right? Just hold on while we try to resolve the data model. Um,
It's a long-standing tradition in my family. I show it to you, but it was my tea.
why is it like this?
That was absolutely delicious. That's how. Oh no, I'm sorry, my head is all small. Alexa is like, of course. You remember. Of course. But I think I should let my stomach settle first. Yeah. I want to ask you something. Something I should have asked you many years ago. Before you do that, answer me one question. Whatever your heart desires. What is the back? How would I get back connections? Of course, don't know. Excuse me, sir. A gentleman is here to see you. He says it's important.
So we've got this. So let's try and add this new column. Um, the name switch wasn't recognized.
This will be an attractive dinner. I presume you have the deed, since you deem it necessary to interrupt my dinner. Right here. I feel we have a fly in the order. Or should I say a fox? Zorro. I heard the name among the locals. He's a peasant masquerading as a folk hero. Men like that usually find their way to the guillotine. I've been told one of their believers is arriving tomorrow. To anchor off Madeiras Cove. Cargo must be brought
I think this is a bad data. For the sales meshed table, for the sales mesh table, this has already been converted to what's it called? This has already been converted to a date column, right? Which is date. But this this is still like a month.
You'll have 2 days, Mr. McGivens. Then the future begins.
Hmm.
Trust you can find your way out.
Let's let's go to tax first. Okay, but before then, let's rename this as the year. Let's remove this. Remove and this as the actual year. Can bring it over here beside the month. Ideally, when you have a data like this and you simply, switch this to dates, it should work naturally, right? But I don't know what's wrong with this data. But let us use DAX. Let's use a new measure when the data it is still loading. So we go to new measure. So new measure, that should be under the new measure is not going to be just under the regular calculated measure. So that will be under the target table. Then let's use the formula. Then the table is target.
Silencio, por favor. Welcome, children. To that point, it was on this desolate spot that our state flag was raised for the first time. Tomorrow, our governor will be hosting a celebration here to honor California's statehood. Joaquin de la Vega, are you paying attention? Se cambió el auto. Is there something I can help you with, Senor? Don't let me interrupt the lesson, Father. I'm just on my way to do the Lord's work. Now, boy. Let's get to work, boys.
So we don't have it.
What are you doing, kid?
Looking at two of the ugliest guys I've ever seen.
So I'm just trying to like build another visual here. And you might choose to sync visual. So if you sync the visual, that means every filter here is going to be working for both the first page and the second page. So you might decide to sync it. But if you look at the first page is about 1850 by 1100. So this do not automatically become so we have to change the size.
And that's not right. I didn't know. It's huge. Ouch. This is a scratch. I want to do something with it.
Hablemos en español, la lengua de nuestros padres.
1100.
No, sería mejor que no me dijeras nada de esto a tu madre.
¿Por qué no?
Yo hago las preguntas. ¿Por qué no estás en la escuela?
¿Es una Biblia que te dice su cara? Yo sabía que te amaba algo.
So here we have revenue achieved versus revenue target.
Esos tipos son unos asesinos. Luego en esas cajas era muy peligroso.
So you still have to slice it by
Buscando de un apuro.
all these.
¿Quién eres?
So,
¿Es eso un review?
No
so
sé.
we need revenue by
What I do?
revenue achieved versus revenue target,
Padre le había dado un ataque con los ojos.
right? So to be able to do the target visual, so the target visual
No,
requires
no quiero saber de ti. Lo que tienes que entender es
what we call gauge chart. So now look at this volume achieved versus volume target. So that means you need to like calculate the total volume. Actual revenue by sales representative, target revenue achievement by sales representative, actual volume by sales representative, target revenue achievement by sales representative. So all of these are going to like be calculated. Revenue achieved versus revenue target. For an instance,
Are you sure that this is the symbol you saw on the
um,
crate? Yeah.
so let's lift
Latin. Means one word.
some KPI cards here.
An ancient brotherhood that ruled over Europe in secrecy under the Crusades. So Armand is a knight. Some believe that they have a master in other kingdoms in Europe. Even today. Years of prophecy that wrote near 1,000 years ago. Shall be a land in the west of great power. I shall rise to flip the serpent. Only by turning the power unto itself shall the servant survive. The land in the west. Alright. You're up to destroy.
So let's just keep this here. So to insert that, we use a gauge chart, right? This is a gauge chart.
Unfortunate that it took
It does.
some colleagues of mine are arriving from Europe this year. Originally on next. Perhaps we couldn't
This is a gauge chart, right? So you want to turn off the background.
I want to do my
Before we do that, um, so this is the this is the field, right? for a gauge chart. So there's usually the target value, which is going to be the target price, which is going to be the sum of the targets, rather total targets. It's going to be the target, and the current value is going to be the revenue year to date. Total revenue, right? So this is all that matters the most in the chart, right? So out of 11 points, uh, the target was 8 billion naira, right? And out of that, 11.1 billion was made, which sort of surpassed the target. So we can do some form of what's it called, formatting, right? Uh, the background can be, the background can be turned off. Second.
Who are you? I'm Agent Mike. This is Agent Harrigan. We're the Pinkertons, operatives of the United States government. You know the good guys. We live in perilous times, Mr. Kennedy. America's gates have been thrown wide open to people from foreign lands. Which is why on occasion we require certain individuals to aid in our country's defense. People like your ex-wife. Eileen, work for you.
So we can have the total revenue, right? We can.
So we needed someone who could gain his trust and who was suited to the task than the woman he
So I'm just trying to format the visuals.
he dispatched to his associates.
So
In that telegram, he claimed to be on the verge of producing
the fill color,
with a single target in mind.
can make that
The
black,
United States of America.
right?
What kind of weapon could do that?
And the
Your
target
ex-wife may be on the
color
verge to answer that very question. And every time you interfere, you
can be
jeopardize your
yellow.
cover. Understand? The divorce was your idea, wasn't it? You blackmailed Elena to lure into accountant. We prefer to think of it as a mutual understanding. She agrees to help us, and we promise to keep the true name of Zorro secret from his enemies. And then you share it with your wife and son. Something that might help you.
So that's like, those are like the most important items on this chart: the revenue target and the revenue made, and also the target. So you can also embolden the values, right? And especially the target value. I want to embold that. Okay, and this particular guy, you can also have it, the display unit. The display unit is, you can have it like that, or just have it as this, as the display unit, if you like. So that's it. And the title, you can increase the title. So that's for the target. And also volume achieved versus volume targets. So volume achieved versus volume targets. Wait, if we make this small, volume achieved versus.
No, I mean, just would not. Mom came to the house. He asked her to marry him. She said yes. I know to steal up her.
I'm thinking if this is going to be here.
How could you be there? You gotta stop her.
So what's the volume achieved? So the volume achieved is going to be total volume, right? Which is in form of quantity. So total volume is going to be sum of sales merged quantity, right? That's total volume. Well, volume target. I mean, this is volume achieved, right? I also name it volume achieved.
Just got your jail. What did you put the
Then volume target or target volume, whichever way. Volume target is going to be sum target quantity I'm just going to add this. I think I want to do a quick, what's it called? Quick change in the color here. The yeah, yeah, it can be a KPI. Yeah, it should. It can be a KPI. How did you do the all these green and green and red since you are using purple in your chart? So, but that's that's by the way. Yes, I'm just trying. This is just to like in just to like indicate that the total the target the target revenue was surpassed. The target revenue, um you can, yes, yes, total revenue achieved. Okay, you can just rename the title revenue achieved versus target revenue. Which one sounds more natural? Is it target revenue or revenue target?
So, power of the United States of the shadows.
Is it revenue target?
America has one weakness. United States will be victor. Boy, will be carried in the release. Come on, boss. Are you down yet with this current one? The science has shown us how to extract the glycerin and transform it into a compound 13 times more powerful than gunpowder.
Um, Wait, I don't want to. Total revenue and total target. Uh, well, revenue achieved versus revenue target.
And I saw it on will soon be restored to our former glory.
So this is going to be volume achieved and volume target. So I'm going to go to the visual and under add data to visual. So the current value is volume achieved, right? While the target value is volume target.
Would our demonstration put your mind at ease?
So this also means that the volume achieved So let's just make this as, you know, volume achieved, um, quickly change the title,
Unless you come to confess,
volume
you have no business here.
achieved,
Funny you should mention
and
concession,
this
Padre, seeing that you have lied to the
should be
secrets of your flock.
volume target.
Whose soul? Your soul? Anyone at all? Come on now. We're both men of God. You can tell me. No, Nate's a liar.
Volume achieved and volume target.
I'll tell you.
So you can also so that's it. Then so this should be a KPI card, right? Although if you wish to leave it as a separate chart, there's no problem at all, right? Or it should be a KPI card. Data labels, target label can be clean also. So what's the next thing? So you have actual revenue by sales representative. So who are the sales representative? Let's look at the table view. So from the table view, let's look at the sales merged. So these are the sales rep, right? Is there any table peculiar to sales rep? sales.
Come on. Oh my goodness, I must have dozed off here. Your dog startled me.
Perhaps they thought you someone who would. I told you I was leaving.
This is calculated measures, right?
And I guess special
So
day
we have
there.
sales.
I hope you're hungry.
Um,
I'm famished.
we have sales rep ID. We have sales ID. We have so which who exactly are the sales representative? If we have sales rep ID, so
It's unusual.
apparently the employees are the sales representative. SN. When you look at the ID here, you see it is SN um, 21656. And when you look at the ID here, you can see that the sales rep ID are like this, SN blah blah blah. And when you look at the IDs for the employees, you can see that they are SN blah blah blah. So the employees are the sales representative. So if you want to look at the actual revenue by sales representative, you can insert you can insert a table. And we have, we already confirmed that the sales representative are the employees. So we have the names of those sales representatives. You can have a table here and look at the revenue, the columns, and from there look at the actual revenue, which is like the total revenue. The total revenue by each of them, right? What do you observe? You can observe that you can observe that the total revenue are like the same all through, which is not possible. So something is wrong with the data model. So you have to actually connect the sales mesh table and the um, employee table. And what are you connecting them on? If I may ask. Are you there? So what are you going to connect them? Eh? Yeah, yeah. So you're going to connect them on the ID. So is it going to be one to one? No. So it's going to be this, right? Sales rate. It has to be one to many. Okay, many to one. An employee can, a sales rep can have multiple sales, but one only one one sale can only belong to a single a single sales rep, right? When they are tracking a particular sales sales ID, yeah, it can only be traced to only one person that made the sale. So let's connect that. So after connecting that, so this has changed. So the total revenue. So you might decide to put the total volume by the side. The volume, total revenue, and the volume achieved. Total, no, and the volume achieved by each of them. So more concerned about the volume achieved. 1,000 separator. So that's it. So there are different type of styles that you can have. Bold header, bold header style, alternating rows, contrast, flashy rows, sparse, condensed. So I think we can just have minimal or this bold header, right? So you can decide to Remove the grid colors. Mm, yes. So this is if it was a matrix chart.
Ron and I are actually going to be working together next cycle.
So they basically behave the same way,
Look, how long could this take?
right?
It could take a lifetime.
Don't worry. We got this. I mean, I like the smell, but
What's around the record, right? So, Angela, you for you. Okay, we think of you, my friend. Okay, mom. Okay, the one kid above. Oh, so what do you do for you? Okay, the one kid. Yeah.
So there's a way we like insert small lines like a trend in Power BI. Sometimes they are called Sparklines and all that. So I'm trying to
it's going. It's going. What's the name?
I'm trying to like check if we still got that. So you might decide to sort your table, right? Whether uh whether by ascending or descending order. So this is by descending order, right? This is by ascending order, right? This is by descending order. You can decide to sort by name, right? You can decide to sort by revenue. You can decide to sort by volume.
Slightly more organic alternative to an existing product line. So Maya's task was to create a completely new one, a totally green line. Zoe?
You asked us to repurpose one organic line. Well, we made two. Skincare.
And makeup. Are these numbers accurate? Yes. With a minimal cost, we made our products 6% more organic than our previous line.
We estimate we can raise our price per unit by 4% and increase our annual skincare revenue by 23 million.
That's very
So
impressive.
for the total revenue, you might decide to, let's say, in a case whereby you've got revenue before volume like this. Now decide to add a spark line, right? And the spark line is just going to be, just to show the trend of how their sales have behaved over the years. So the x-axis is going to be it's going to be their names, right? We use one bar soap for our entire body. Why do we subdivide our face? So we can make more money. Why the y-axis is going to be the total revenue. And what they need. One organic product that does it all. And that product comes from a ginkgo tree, similar to this one. All in one ginkgo cream. We estimate we can raise our price per unit by 9% and increase our annual skincare revenue by 63 million. It's a revolutionary idea that we think is really going to take off and signify a new era in skincare. Or total revenue, and it's going to be x-axis can actually be what's it called? Can actually be what they sold across the years or across the month. It can just be across, year months. Right. So this is just to like give a brief, overview of how they've fared over the course of the year. So let's see, what if this is a normal table? It works with a normal table. Now I have a meeting by 2. I have to like go and come back. Uh, might decide to do some expansion. So the spark line so the spark line is already here. So I want to change the color. So so you can see the highest point across those. If the spark line themselves is green, what will be the highest point? So let's say the spark line themselves is yellow. Since I've been using yellow. So that's for that. When rice and stew, how much you want for food? Say, I could pay now. Eh? I'll pay. I'm coming this person at the I don't want this ones. Sorry, boss. I don't want that one day, one trouble. Which one they put? Still looking for potatoes. Now is one pay. So you just have to be like you. This one, sir. They move your body. So that's it. So what's the next visual that you want to work on? You want to work on target revenue achievement by sales representative.
When you're hungry for more,
So
you
target
want that
revenue
answer. You shop with that
achievement by sales representative,
so
that is many percent of their
wait.
how many percent of their revenue did they achieve.
You want them that way. If you need to get it, there's no better way. Ding dong go, ding dong go.
So what's that going to be? So that's going to be
How about this movie? How about this movie? Because okay now. When you movie come, they have ball in about just. I'm not give that to you. I'm not give that to you. No, I'm talking about this. I'm not any of us except you. But we don't watch the film. I never watch this movie. They are funny.
so that is how many percentage of their target did they achieve. So to do that, we have to like create a new measure.
I don't watch this. I don't watch this. I don't watch it before. I don't watch it before. I want to listen to it. I don't know. She don't want to see. You don't sell the money now. For play this. I don't know. I don't know like that.
So that's going to be like target revenue,
Let me check movie books. All those Halloweens. Which I can use.
target revenue achievement. So like I said, you don't have to like cram DAX
Hey, it will
formulas.
be
You can always use AI for your DAX formula. Just make sure you understand it, right? So if I want to like look at the target revenue at okay, target revenue achievement. Target revenue achievement is simply going to be, dividing the target, right? Dividing the achieved revenue by the target, right? In this case, the numerator is going to be what I achieved, and the denominator is going to be the target. So the numerator is going to be revenue, right? Total revenue, and the numerator is going to be target revenue, total target. And it's going to be in percentage, right? So let's say for an instance, I just want to like, we are still going to have a visual for that, but I just want to like snake it in here and have target revenue achievement. Let's start this with percentage. So you can have this begin with percentage, right? No, no, I'm trying to start with percentage, not dollar sign.
I'm just giving example. I'm giving example. For example, what part of the body touch you? My head. Let me give my head. Touch your head. Person head. Example. This is example. I don't very react. No, me, I did not. Why I didn't react was I went to buy this place. So I was talking to my friend before. So I was sitting down with the this talking and I'm not doing so just came. I touched my head. So all like this happened. Because of everything in the house. It's not like something. No, I know, but people were like.
So I'm just going to like pull that in here.
How this thing like you have something to say? And I was saying you don't like so.
So apparently all of these guys um, s- um all of these guys surpassed with target revenue achievement. Did they also pass their revenue? Um, so so this is percentage target revenue achievement. So this, if this is like the total revenue, okay, let's do this. Let's put the total target in there. So if this is total revenue, so you can see that the target table is disconnected, right? So the target table has to be connected to the sales table. So where's the target table? So the target table has to be connected to the sales table with the sales rep ID. Has to be connected to the sales rep ID, right? And that's going to be so you have this sales rep ID. The thing is, we've got duplicates sales rep ID, of course, for each product. Um, Sales meshed. And usually, the sales rep ID and so this is going to be like a many to many relationship. This is just to make sure that both of these tables have relationship. So yeah, so you can see that all of them achieved more than their target. Total target. I think we can just drop volume achieved just to make space for breathing space. So that's it. So you can see that all of them achieve their chart targets and more. Um, so since they all achieve their target, the percentage so we've got this and specific column percentage achieved and the value, the text color can be green, the background color can be none. So that's it. Zina, can we meet later today? I think I have a meeting by 2 p.m. Like I have a meeting by 2 p.m. So let's meet by 5 or by 4:30. Okay.